You get high ground in a new circle and in come 100 fucking grenades and yada yada yada.
Center them.
Manage them. I have more minis here for you, Cody, or Nick.
Got a
I
blue
have
rock
6 ready.
launcher.
I have 300 medium. Pump it, AO. Shotgun. SMG.
Two rocket launchers here.
I can hold one.
Alright, I'm gonna throw 3 nades over the top. And bring it. Alrighty. For those of you wondering, I'm looking up a couple things in terms of research because I got to do a video after this. But it says there's one person watching. That probably is only me watching until we wait and see everybody else kind of flood in as the minutes progress. All right, let's see here. Okay, let's see what else is there. How many games in a row is that? 1, 2, 3. Actually, that's a lot. Let's see here in terms of rushing attempts. That is a lot. Okay, let me see here. Where are we at? Where is it? I'm looking for. Okay, there it is. What's up to anybody who's in the chat? Just chilling. I'm just gonna do a little bit of research until you guys have any questions. Got to look up some stuff on Ty Johnson. Poised to have a pretty decent week here. I'm just curious just how good of a week he could possibly have. The matchup definitely is pretty juicy. What the heck did I just do? And then last one, here it is. Okay, let's see. How many rushing attempts is that? 28? Gee, many. That is a lot. What's up, Mark? What's up, John? I'm doing pretty well, guys. Hope everyone else is doing well. We're sitting here on Saturday. A lot of news around the National Football League in terms of players' health, etc. Just kind of trying to pick up the scraps and see exactly what the deal is going on here. 25, 28, 7. Okay, not bad. Oh, you picked up and started Olabisi. Was there nobody else available, Mark? What's up, Jason? Is there nobody else available? Like, I probably would have started just to... I mean, look, here's the thing. I don't think it was a total mistake by your part playing him because Kirk Cousins did not throw a touchdown pass. Like, I thought they were going to blow out that team. And obviously the Redskins... they were competitive for the first half, and then Kirk Cousins really didn't have to do anything. He just ran the ball and they got rid of it. So yeah, I'm surprised how bad that offense was as a whole. But at the same time, yeah, was there nobody better? Like there was no Kenny Stills or Kiki Cutie available. What the heck is that? How's your hand? It's okay. I mean. As of right now, let me see here. So, what's the deal with this thing, right? I had to get a cyst removed out of my hand. Got about 5 stitches. Happened on Monday. No big deal. The whole point is just to make sure that this thing closes and I don't get it infected. The first couple days, though, were actually like stupid painful. I don't even understand why. Probably because I didn't take any painkillers, but that's just how I roll. Let me see here. David Johnson. Okay, let's see. What is that? How many is that? 28 plus another 3, 31. That is a lot of rushing attempts. Any thoughts on Josh Jacobs? Well, okay, so here's the thing about Josh Jacobs. Considering he's a rookie, and we don't know what kind of, mentality he has. Like, I know Matt Breida's mentality is I'm going to play injured no matter what, right? Now, Josh Jacobs, on the other hand, I don't know what his deal is. Whether he's going to play or not, obviously they're saying it's like, oh, it's going to be a game time decision or we'll figure it out when the time comes. Okay, well, at that point, like, fantasy owners are already going to be just lost tomorrow morning. Whether he plays Sunday. I would just make sure that you had DeAndre Washington picked up and ready to play on your roster. Just in case, before the game, they call him inactive or something. It's always a possibility of that. Or he ends up being one of those running backs who plays and it hurts you more than he helps you because he's injured and doesn't want to move too much or can't really move well. Let me see here. My opponent has Matt Ryan, Aaron Jones, Marlon Mack, Michelle, Sanu, Davis, Hawkinson, Minnesota defense. Stafford if Ryan can't go. I have Goff, Barkley, Cook, Chubb, Woods, Ertz, Panthers defense. No kicker. Why do you not have a kicker? I think you have a pretty good week here coming. I mean, you already have Dalvin Cook with a monster performance on Thursday. You have Barkley and Chubb to go, and Kupp and Goff. I think perhaps you may have too many pieces on that Rams offense, but that's just my thought off just looking at your roster, Sam. All right, John says, I picked up Pascal. Is he a good play this week, or should I pick up and play Watkins? No. I'd rather play Pascal. The thing about Watkins is I don't trust that he's going to get much work. He's coming off of that hamstring injury. I don't know exactly what kind of offense we're going to see from this Kansas City team. Like, are they going to heavily pass the ball? Are they going to heavily run the ball? What's the deal with that? And as of right now, to be honest, I don't think they're going to be able to pass the ball against the Green Bay Packers. Not with Matt Moore. That's going to be far too difficult. So I'd rather play Pascal, John. Derek A says, hey, Andrew, lost Kerryon Johnson. Have to decide between Snell and Kenyon Drake. And there's been some trade talks about Drake. Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. Snell is not playing this week. Jalen Samuels is back. He had a full practice yesterday. So he's probably going to be the RB2 this week. And considering how much they like to run that, their Wildcat schemes, he's probably going to get the bump over Snell like he typically does. So now that he's back and healthy, he's ready to go. So between, Jalen Samuels and Kenyon Drake, if, let's say, he's available in your league, I'd rather play Samuels. As of right now, considering Kalen Ballage is stealing all the goal line work, Mark Walton's getting majority of the early down work, and then Kenyon Drake will be peppered a couple targets here and there. So I'd rather play Jalen Samuels. But if, in fact, you don't have that option and it's Snell or Drake, I'd rather play Drake this week. Derek. All right, Frank says, what's good, Andrew? I hope your weekend has been chill. Yep. Let's see here. Would you start OBJ, Philip Dorsett, or Sanu this week? I'd play OBJ. I have a hard time not playing OBJ. That's always how I am. I did pick up Washington. DeAndre Washington, yeah, that's good. Keep him on roster. Make sure that just in case, you never know, something happens. Let's see here. 15. Yeah, it's fine. Next. I'm trying to see how many times opposing offenses have ran the ball on the Giants thus far this season, and the numbers are quite staggering. Like, teams just run the ball on them, and they have no regard. They don't even give a crap. They just run consistently because the defense is so bad. What is that, 27? All right. Mark says, who do you think will have a better day in your opinion, McKissick or Ty Johnson? Well, that's the whole point here. I think it's going to be Ty Johnson, but mainly because I don't see the Lions having to really work too hard to get this victory. I feel like as of right now, it's going to be a pretty one-sided matchup where the Giants are pretty much dominating the game because offensively they're never going to be stopped. And I think their defense is, even though their defense isn't great, I don't think Daniel Jones puts them in a position to take commanding leads. But I could be wrong. So I'm thinking it's going to be Ty Johnson running the ball a lot in the second half. Let me see here. In a full PPR league, though, I don't mind playing McKissick at all. But I do think Ty Johnson, he's as capable of a receiving back. Or at least he's proven to be. What is that, 26? All right, next. Let's see here. All right, last one. What is this? $25. Yep, 25. All right. All right. What was Sam saying? Sam says, thanks. On my bench, I have Lamar Jackson, Justin Tucker, okay. AJ Green, handcuffed Hunt, Madison for Cook, yep, and Chubb, okay. Didn't want to cut anyone for a kicker. If it comes close, I'll cut Hunt at 4 p.m. Here's the thing, though. Okay, so who plays on Monday night? That's the question. Week 8. If it becomes like too close and you're losing, you can always play the Monday night matchup kicker. If in fact your waivers are allow you to do that. The Monday night matchups for week 8 is the Dolphins versus the Steelers. So yeah, you could always like pick up like Chris Boswell on Monday night, worst case scenario, and play him. So that always works. If it comes down to that scenario. I'm doing good, Modern. I'm doing good. Matt says, would you rather start Melvin Gordon or David Montgomery this week in a standard scoring format? I'd rather play David Montgomery, which is kind of hard to say considering David Montgomery hasn't done jack in a while. But the problem as of right now is that the offensive line for the Chargers is completely decimated, and Melvin Gordon is not running the same. So unfortunately, as of right now, it just seems like it would be a mistake to play Melvin Gordon. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of tough. Thoughts on a trade I made? Gave up Emmanuel Sanders, Miles Sanders, and Edmonds for OBJ. Other backs are Zeke, Jacobs, and Connor. I don't mind that. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. The whole thing about whether you trade, 3-for-1s or whatever, like perhaps you may have spent too much, considering you don't know what OBJ is going to end up doing. Like he hasn't proved himself to be a consistent producer, right? If he had been a 15-point guy every week, I'd have been like, all right, great, perfectly fine. He might be a 15-point guy every week in full PPR, but in half, like as of right now, he doesn't do jack. The guy every now and then will catch a ball, and other than that, it's kind of like, let me see here. Where's OBJ in a half PPR format? 10, 25, and an 8, 3, 4, 13. Oh, man. If this guy doesn't get 10-plus targets, he's practically useless, which I'm hoping he'll get, but the next couple matchups aren't easy. Like New England playing against, Gilmore, then you have Chris Harris Jr. in Denver, then you get Tre'Davious White in Buffalo, Joe Hayden in Pittsburgh. If Xavier Howard's back for Miami, you either play against Pittsburgh, against Cincinnati, Arizona. The back half, like the fantasy playoffs, isn't bad for him though. I actually don't mind his fantasy playoff matchups. I think he's not bad for that. But I don't know. I guess only time will tell, Mark. Because Edmonds might end up being that starting running back. I think, David Johnson might be more hurt than people are led to believe at this point. Let's see here. Salvin says, hi, Andrew. Tyler Boyd or Jamal Williams in standard? Oh, goodness. That's actually a really good question. I almost want to say Jamal Williams because it's a standard league. You're not going to get any points for receptions, but Jamal Williams, could probably sneak around. And let me see here. I'm actually curious his touches not Jamal Charles, Jiminy Christmas. I literally put in Jamal and Charles is like auto selected. Jamal Charles was so good. Gosh. All right, Jamal Williams last week. They didn't run the ball very often. No big surprise. Still got his, safe work in the passing game. 5 targets each of the last 2 weeks. Only had 3 rushing attempts because truly didn't have to run the ball very much. Did they even run the ball in that game in general? Let me see. How many rushing attempts did Aaron Jones have? Aaron Jones ran the ball only 12 times. Yeah. I mean, that's typically what the split is going to be. Between Tyler Boyd and Jamal. If Tyler Boyd doesn't score a touchdown, he pretty much is... It's just an L at that point. I think I'd rather play Jamal Williams, especially against KC. OBJ's schedule... easy after the next 3 weeks, yeah. The whole thing is, can you get in the fantasy playoffs after the next 3 weeks? Are those 3 games going to be like, big ones for you, or can the rest of your team carry? If Kirk plays, would he be a good start? Yeah, if Christian Kirk plays, he certainly should be a good start. The thing about the Arizona Cardinals is they run so much 4 wide receiver personnel groups, and they run a lot of 10 personnel, which is 1 running back, 0 tight ends. So they spread everything out. They empty out the box. They make defenses have to bring in extra cornerbacks, and especially considering how weak, in my opinion, the second and third corner, at least, of the Saints is. If in fact he is available and he's playing, it kind of opens up everything for that offense. So I don't mind him as a play if he plays this week, though. That's the whole biggest question. He's been missing for so long. Are you a trade high guy on Chris Carson? And if so, what level would you trade him for? I would keep Chris Carson, personally. From what we've seen thus far this season in Chris Carson, nothing tells me that Rashad Penny's taking the job at all. Like, not even remotely close. Even last week, Rashad Penny had 0 rushing attempts, and he was active. And they asked Pete Carroll about it, and he said, well, that's just how the offense, that's just how it, ran. We're not going to give opportunities out if, in fact, we don't believe, Chris Carson is tired or anything. We're not going to just bring him in just to bring him in. So going forward, I think Chris Carson is the RB1. There is no splitting between a couple guys. Last year, we saw them run the ball far more, and they were able to get away with feeding other guys in the backfield. But nowadays, they're just in order to stay competitive, they have to pass the ball, and Russell Wilson has to use his arms. So as of right now, I'd rather just keep Carson. If you're going to trade him, you have to get a top. He is a top 10 running back, but he's even higher than that, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see here. As of thus far this season, Mr. Chris Carson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's number 11, sitting at 100.8 points. The only problem with Chris Carson is his lack of touchdowns. That's what's unfortunate. Only 3 touchdowns. Oh, actually 4 touchdowns this season. When we have guys like Aaron Jones with 9 touchdowns, Dalvin Cook with 9 touchdowns, McCaffrey 9 touchdowns, Austin Eckler 7. Nick Chubb 6, Ezekiel Elliott 6. That's the biggest difference. It's the work in the goal line, especially in the red zone. That's forte. That's the what's it called? That's Russell Wilson's forte. Is throwing the ball in the red zone. But either way, I wouldn't trade him. The guy's playing way too well. I mean, he's ridiculous. It's actually crazy how well he's been playing this year. And you might look at his schedule and be like, yeah, I'm not really too excited about the upcoming games that he has to play, but I'm not really too worried about it. Let's see here. But if you had to trade for somebody, maybe trade for like Leonard Fournette, another guy that has touchdown issues but can run the shit out of the ball. Fournette, that would be the guy that I would want if you're going to give him up. I think they're about the same level of running back as of right now. Let's see here. What do you think about Devontae? Will Devontae play? No, Devontae Adams is not playing this week. Absolutely not. There's no way in hell they throw him out there. Matt says pick 2 Metcalf, Boyd, Kirk in a standard league. I'll probably go with Boyd and Metcalf. We'll see if Kirk plays. Even if he does, it doesn't mean he's automatically going to see a pretty wide snap count. They could limit him coming back. That's my only concern there. That's why I'd probably just stick with Metcalf and Boyd. Metcalf coming off of a 9-target game, Boyd coming off a 14-target game. Like, that in itself is just far too valuable to kind of pass up on Matt. Mark Hall says, I'm in trouble with quarterback this week. Wentz and Darnold, Tannehill and Carr, only things are available. Okay. Yeah, I'd probably just play Wentz. Wentz, Tannehill, one of those two. I'd rather probably play Wentz. I think there's more of a safer floor with it as of right now against Buffalo, rather than risking Carr or Darnold as of right now. Darnold could have a pretty decent comeback game. Carr is typically good, but doesn't throw too many touchdowns often. So it's between Wentz and Tannehill. I'd rather go Wentz than Tannehill, and then the rest following. Jesse says, what's up, Andrew? Sitting at 5-2. I need 2. Metcalf, Sutton, Tyreek Hill, or Stills. Great problem to have. Yeah, I think it is a pretty good problem to have. Probably going to play Tyreek and Sutton this week. I have a hard time sitting Tyreek Hill, especially after he scored a touchdown when Matt Moore was in the game. The thing about Tyreek Hill is that I do believe, like I said earlier this week during like the wide receiver ranking video, was they're going to use their best players as much as they possibly can, and Tyreek Hill is one of those guys, and they're going to try to get him more and more involved, whether it's in special teams or out of the backfield or even running the ball. They're going to use him everywhere. Therefore, he'll have more value. So, yeah, I don't mind playing him and Sutton going forward, especially, those two guys should be great. Let's see here. Stephen Drake says, what's up, Andrew? Edmonds or Corey Davis? Probably Edmonds. Like, I have a hard time leaving a running back like that on the bench. I have like a video I have to record after this that I'm just going to be talking about those kind of players, like waiver wire guys that you picked up this week that you're considering playing. So Edmonds, Jamal Williams, Ty Johnson, or maybe like the receivers you picked off the waiver wire, Corey Davis, Marvin Jones, Kenny Stills, those kind of guys. So I'm going to go like in depth on those guys specifically. So after I kind of like gather all that information, I'd probably give you a better opinion. But as of right now, I'm probably going with Edmonds. If it's a full PPR, I can understand going Corey Davis though. All right, let's see here. Salvin says, should I bench Julio Jones given Matt Ryan not playing? Hold up. Matt Ryan not playing confirmed? Give me a second here now. Because I didn't hear anything about that being a confirmed statement. Let's see here. Okay, let's go here. Let's go here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Somebody help me. This thing's actually bothering me. All right, so let's see. Where are you, Matt Ryan? Not here. Let's go here. All right, Matt Ryan. What is the dealio, Papachilio? Okay. Wow, he's out? You are kidding me. When did they report this? It was today. Oh, shit. Okay. What time did they report this, though? I'm actually curious. I want to know why I missed it. Oh, they reported it literally 25 minutes ago. Oh, my God. You got to be kidding me. With Matt Schaub at quarterback, what happens to the value of everyone else in that offense? Wow. What are your other options? Boyd and Dorsett? Yikes. Wow, that actually hurts a lot. I think I might just play Boyd. Look, if it's my team, if it's actually my team, I'm leaving Julio in the lineup. But if you're down a significant margin, you need somebody to at least have touchdown upside. I don't know if Julio is that. I think Julio is like a safe maybe 7 points this week, and that's it. But I have a hard time leaving him on my bench. Derek says, I need to make a trade currently on my team. McCaffrey, Woods, Cooper, Kelsey, Galladay, Lamar Jackson. Need a flex play because I have McKissick, Valdez, Drake, Kirk, Thompson, Zay Jones. I don't think your flexes are that bad. I mean, if Christian Kirk comes back, he's probably the best play of the bunch of those guys. And then it's like Valdez, Scantling. Chris Thompson's always injured for like the last 4 years. That's been the case. Zay Jones isn't going to do anything for a little while, I think. Kenyon Drake is kind of not very reliable. So it's between like Valdez and Kirk. I don't really want to touch McKissick this week, not yet at least. Let's see here. Do you think Kamara will be playing tomorrow? Yeah, he should play, but I'm afraid that he's going to play a limited role and they're going to split snaps, and it's going to kill both Latavius and his value. My team, Ryan Tannehill, Edelman, Ridley, Pascal, Kirk, Watkins, Shepard, Cook, Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, Mixon, Singletary, Waller, Nugent. Okay. Should I play Williams at my flex? Well, let me look at your team. So if you're playing Ryan Tannehill at quarterback, and then you have Edelman at wide receiver 1, And then if in fact Matt Schaub is the quarterback, I don't know if you can even play Ridley at wide receiver 2 anymore. But you play Aaron Jones and Cook at the starting 2 running back spots. You could play Williams at your flex, John, easily. Sam says thoughts on Kenny Stills versus Jeffrey rest of the season. Yeah, I think Kenny Stills is going to get hurt soon. Kenny Stills is always hurt. I'm telling you, he's one of those guys, just like Will Fuller. So both of them are probably Will Fuller and Kenny Stills are both going to disappear in this offense, which is kind of like, rough to say considering, he's there. I'm not guaranteeing his injury, but just off of his history of his play, like, it'll eventually happen. So I'd rather just have Jeffrey at this point. I know Jeffrey he didn't look good last week, right? But then other than that, the guy's been pretty good all season long. And I can put money down that Jeffrey ends up as a wide receiver 2 this year. At the end of it, even after missing a couple games there too. He's been pretty ridiculous. Actually, he probably won't finish the wide receiver 2 considering the missing games, but he is typically a wide receiver 2. Let's see here. It shows it on my Yahoo. I got Ridley too. Dang, yeah. That's pretty rough. Stafford, is Stafford an upgrade or a downgrade in replacing Matt Ryan? I think it's a pretty, as of right now, it's I wouldn't say it's an upgrade. I think it's a downgrade from Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan, comparatively to all quarterbacks this year, I think he's thrown 6 300-yard games. Nobody else has done that. He's number 1. He leads the league in 300-yard passing games. So Stafford is surely a downgrade, but I don't think it's a significant enough one to where it hurts you too much. Schaub loves Stills. Should I play Stills over Golden Tate? All right, so that doesn't make any sense, Modern, because Kenny Stills plays for the Texans, and Matt Schaub hasn't played for the Texans in like 8 years. Matt Schaub plays for the Falcons now. So to answer your question, either way, I'd rather play Golden Tate over Kenny Stills this week. Golden Tate has seen far too many targets and is far too valuable in a PPR setting not to play. He's really just too good right now. Okay, let's see. I got to check a couple things here. Let me get rid of this. Julio Jones or Robert Woods in a standard PPR? Oh, God. This is actually tough, guys. Oh, man. The fact that Matt Schaub is going to be starting at quarterback next week or this week against the Seahawks defense, yikes. That hurts so badly. Doesn't help anybody. What happened to my hand? I got a cyst removed out of it earlier in the week. Let's see here. Julio Jones or Robert Woods? I'd rather just play Julio. Like, Robert Woods, sure, he has a good... Like, what has Robert Woods done all season long? Catch a couple passes, get a decent amount of yards. That's probably what he'll do tomorrow. Like 6 catches, 80 yards. 9 catches, 97 yards. Like, if he does one of those, that's beautiful, right? But I don't think he's doing one of those. Such an easy matchup for them. I feel like they don't even have to use Robert Woods. I don't know. I'll get back to you guys on that Julio Jones question. I gotta do my rankings again. I gotta really decide how much value he'll lose. It's a lot of it, surely, but does he drop out of the top 20, wide receiver conversation? That's the biggest question. And that's what I'm struggling with right now, because that's where, like, Robert Woods is. I think last time I had ranked Robert Woods, I had him at, like, number 20. Do I drop a guy like Julio out of the top 20 because of the quarterback change, or does he still have value against the secondary that's not great? It's the big question I got to decide. I got to answer it myself before I can give you guys advice on it. Oh, man. Jiminy Christmas. Should I start OBJ this week? Because Eli loves OBJ. Oh, my God, Sam. Jesus Christ. Don't roast the guy, all right? Listen, I can roast them. You guys can't roast them. You can't come out here doing this shit, all right? Leave him alone. We all know what he meant. But not really. I don't understand what he meant. All right, let's see here. I got to check a couple things. Okay. I got to actually see how many times. Where is Kansas City? Here we go. How often do teams run the ball against Kansas City? I know last week was a complete paradigm shift in terms of attempts because they didn't even run against them because they couldn't, because Joe Flacco couldn't complete a first down, but it's a different question in all itself. Would you drop Stills and pick up Mike Williams? Yes. I don't think Keenan Allen's playing tomorrow, so I think the better play is probably Mike Williams between the bunch of them. Yeah, I don't mind that at all, Steven. Need to. Would you start OBJ, Watkins, Dorsett, or Woods? I'm probably playing OBJ and Woods, Mark. Yeah, I'm probably playing OBJ and Woods. All right, let's see here, shall we? I have to see how many times opposing teams are running the ball in this. 21. Okay. Here we go. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Wait, what the fuck? What am I looking? Oh yeah, I'm literally losing my mind. I don't know how. Okay, next. Yeah, it's pretty tricky. I can't believe they're holding Matt Ryan out. That literally throws such a wrench in the whole system. Like, that whole offense gets downgraded, and there's so many valuable pieces. Like Austin Hooper, the number one tight end. Julio Jones, one of the top 5 wide receivers. I mean, obviously not in points, but in terms of the league right now. Is he top 5 even in points? I doubt it, though. There's no way he's top 5 in points. He hasn't done enough in the last couple weeks to even get close. He's number 7 in a half PPR format, and he's not too far behind. Actually, he's only a couple points away, as in, a 10-point week here or there. Stephon Diggs with 109 points, pretty much. Gosh, Stephon Diggs, huh? 706 receiving yards. What a quick change of pace, huh? Coming out looking like a bum, then strings together 4 weeks of over 100 receiving yards, 7 catches in every single one of those games. 7-108, 7-167, 7-143, 7-143. Dude is just on it right now. He's cleaning up. He's cleaning up shop. And then we have guys like DJ Chark in the top because he scored so many touchdowns early, 5 touchdowns in the season. Keenan Allen's up here. The dude hasn't put up 10-plus points in half PPR since week 3. Yikes. Who else do we have up here? Tyler Lockett's playing well. What is this? Oh, God. I can't even right now. My hand fucking hurts. Yikes. Cortland Sutton is up here like a monster. Holy moly, Cortland. The amount of targets that Cortland Sutton gets to 8, 7, 7, 9, 7, 8, 8. Like, dude, that's so solid. All right, let's see here. Mark says, hate when they say this afraid it will be like David Johnson last week. Oakland head coach John Gruden believes Josh Jacobs running back. Well, I don't think it'll be like that, but listen, if you have Josh Jacobs and he's active, I'm probably playing him, right? Like, what other options do you have? Not very many. That's what makes it sketchy. And if he comes out and plays and then you benched him and he has a monster week, then who's going to, it's even worse. I know it's a tough, scenario to have to deal with considering they're not giving us much information, but yeah, it's tough. Breida or Jamal Williams in a standard? It's actually a pretty good question. Where is my rankings that I put out the other day? Let's see here. Where do I have Breida? I have Breida at 21. I have Jamal Williams at number 25. I probably have it there. I probably still play Breida over Jamal Williams this week. Okay, let's see here. 26, 31, next. 31. All right, let's see here. Marlon Mack ran the ball 29 times against the Chiefs. Holy moly. Jordan Wilkins 7 times, making it 36. And then Zerneem Hines for 2, so that's 38 rushing attempts from the running back position just in that game alone. Wow. That's just actually ridiculous. I wish they ran the ball like that every week. As a Marlon Mack owner, like, holy moly. Why not? They probably get 0 yards per carry, but still. 26 from Kerryon Johnson. And then who else is in this lineup? J.D. McKissick with 4. It's 30 total. Ty Johnson with 3. 33. Next. I mean, people run the rock against Kansas City. Like, Aaron Jones is going to have such a big week this week. It's not even funny, guys. It's not even funny. Let's see. 16. 24. That's 23, actually. 23 plus, what is that, 1? 24. You think the Browns have any chance against the Pats? No. There's no way. There is no way in hell that they have a chance. Like, I know Jarvis Landry came out and said something of the extent of like, hey, yeah, I guarantee we're going to beat this team. It's like, all right, relax, dude. Don't guarantee anything, because then you look like a clown if you don't win. That's the whole Joe Namath thing, right? He came out and said, we're going to win the Super Bowl, and then all of a sudden he wins, and that's what makes him legendary. Otherwise, he wasn't that good of a quarterback. Let's see here. What is this? 15, 17? Okay. And then this game, 13, 14. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I do really believe that Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams are going to go off. John, let's see here. Buffalo and Green Bay defense this week with Mahomes out. Yeah, I think I'd rather play Green Bay. I have them in a lot of my leagues. In my most important leagues, I'm running Green Bay. If I can pick them up, I would. If in other leagues, but as of right now, I don't mind Buffalo either. Considering how much, for some reason, Carson Wentz likes to turn over the ball, and that offense likes to turn over the ball, I don't mind Buffalo's defense this week. Not one bit. But yeah, I'd rather play Green Bay at this moment. Okay, let's see. That's that. I'm actually curious on snap counts between Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams. I know Aaron Jones has been playing a lot more as the weeks have progressed. Where's Green Bay's offense here? Why am I blind to GB? There it is, GB. Green Bay. Let's see. It's actually insane. Like, there are just some weeks where Jamal Williams just has more total snaps. Like, he played more against the Lions. And then the following week was down, 13% in his total snaps. He played 15 less snaps the following week. It's actually insane. I don't think they needed him, though. That's the thing. They were just ahead so much, and they were spreading it out so easily. Is it a 60-40 split, though? What is this? Yeah, it looks like a 60, maybe a 55-45 split between these two. Let's see here. On behalf of everyone, thank you for helping on this. My hand injury is not the biggest problem. That's not a big deal. Except it does take me like 40 minutes to take a shower now because I don't have my main hand and it just becomes a fucking mess. It's literally just a pain. Like, because it's my right hand too, like, it's just like, Such a fucking disadvantage. But yeah, no problem. Sam. Let's see here. John says I'm sitting at 5-2. The team I play is 6-1. 1 versus 2. What do you mean 1 versus 2? Oh yeah, the number 1 seed versus the number 2 seed. Yeah. Don't worry. I love playing teams that are the number 1 seed because I want to just be the Kingslayer. I want to take them out. Want to take them out as quickly as I possibly can. Humble people. Make sure that they know that their teams aren't that good. Because they talk all that smack. They're like, yeah. Okay, just wait. Just wait till the playoffs start. It'll take you 1 week and you're gone. And then there are some teams that are just, they truly are the top team. There are some teams that are blessed with schedules. And even though they don't have the most points scored in the league, they're pretty blessed with it. And then there are teams that are just, they've got an unfortunate kind of circumstance where they'll play like the top team every single week, and it's just like ridiculous. All right, let's see here. That's fine. Okay, so in terms of Jamal Williams, that's fine. Okay, let's refresh this. Okay. Looking forward, 49ers running backs are playing against Arizona, Seattle, Arizona. Should I play Coleman and Breida for the next 3 weeks? I would say that obviously it's favorable matchups. Whether you play them or not is going to be highly determined on whether or not they stay healthy. So if in fact they are healthy and you don't have any other better options, Salvin, then yeah, I don't mind them at all. I do like those matchups, especially against Arizona. I think those are going to be one-sided affairs because Mr. Kyler Murray is going to be running for his life. And a lot of the time it's going to be, the 49ers up and running the ball in the second half and just killing clock with it. Okay. Let's see here. What was I looking for? I swear to... Oh, okay. Now I remember. I'm going to open a couple tabs here. Bada boom. Where is it, though? Is it this one? Yeah, I think this is. All right. Oh, gee, Merry Christmas. Here, let's see if I can do this, guys. Let me take this thing off. Let me show you guys that it's not even that bad, but because this thing's actually bothering me. You can probably still see the stitches. If you're like squeamish, like please don't look. Like just turn off the camera at this point. But you can see a couple of the stitches that are still remaining. Dude, is it gonna like not? It's not gonna really focus, is it? There you go. So it's not like too big of a scar, but the whole thing is they had to basically cut off because they literally took out a little ball out of my hand that was this big, and it's been growing for like the last 3 years. The whole point is like just to prevent it from growing consistently, and if it's cancerous, you might as well remove it now before it gets a little bit out of hand. But yeah, they like, and I watched the whole thing. I didn't watch the initial incision. I was like, all right, listen, I'm not gonna watch this one. But as soon as I realized, like, okay, they made an incision, I did not feel it, and I was like, all right, I gotta watch this, right? This lady cut off half of it, or cut off the incision, and then starts putting this like hook in my hand and just starts pulling this motherfucker up, and just starts cutting away at the surrounding areas. I was like, all right, what the heck is happening to my hand right now? It's actually quite funny. I don't know. They made it look. She made it look pretty easy. I was like, Jesus Christ, what is happening? Kirk Cousins' expectations rest of the season. He should be fine. He's played well. I know he didn't do well on Thursday, but I don't mind him rest of the season. You think Tate or Metcalf scores tomorrow? If I had to, well, which Tate is it? Are we talking about Golden Tate or are we talking about Auden Tate? Which one are we talking about? That's the biggest question at this point. Jesus Christ. I can still see the stitches. I don't know if you guys could. They're pretty thin and they're clear. But these things are supposed to dissolve. My ass, dude. These things aren't dissolving anytime soon. I mean, it's pretty fresh. But anyway. What are we doing here? Let's see. Let's move this back. Hand cancer survivor knows days off. Jesus Christ, Sam. Golden Tate? Yeah, I'd rather play Golden Tate over Metcalf. I don't know if he's going to score tomorrow, but I think I'd rather play him because of the target counts. I think he had 11 targets last week, 9 the week before. Sterling Shepard's going to still be out for probably, I want to say, a month, maybe the whole season potentially. When you get 2 concussions in 4 weeks, you're not playing football for a while. So, yeah, I'd rather play Golden Tate this week. I know Metcalf probably has a really good chance of scoring considering he does get a decent amount of targets in the red zone. I'm actually curious. How many targets has he seen in the red zone thus far this season? Let's see here. Let's look this up. Metcalf. Okay. Maybe we play DK Metcalf. Here's the stat that I want to read out to you guys. DK Metcalf is tied for second in the National Football League in targets in the red zone. Now, even though he's tied with 8 different players, right? Keenan Allen, Zach Ertz, Mike Evans, Jimmy Graham, Kelsey, Lockett himself, Metcalf, Sanders, Auden Tate, and Michael Thomas. All of them have 9 targets this season. The guy that's leading the league in targets in the red zone, James White, interestingly enough. Every single one of these guys have caught a ball in the red zone, though. DK Metcalf has 9 targets and 0 receptions in the red zone thus far this season. Inside the 20-yard line, 9 targets. Inside the 10-yard line, only 1 target. Now, that probably leads me to believe that he's probably not going to get too much of an opportunity unless he takes the top off the defense, which is very capable of doing so. But the question is whether or not he does it. I don't know. Metcalf is a little tricky there. I'd just rather play Golden Tate, especially if it's a full PPR, personally. Okay, let's see. What else was this? I have Sterling Shepard. Should I drop him already? 4th week being out with concussion. Yeah, I would drop him. If there's any other better options, I probably would. It's just too sketchy at this point. Like, concussion protocol is not. He's not going to get taken out of that thing for a while. Okay. Let's see. Where the hell am I typing? I'm about to say, what the fuck is going on here? Big G says Ebron or Bray, full PPR. Typically, you know what? I'm going Ebron this week. I understand the intrigue in playing Cameron Bright because of the absence of O.J. Howard, but I'd much rather play Ebron. I think the matchup against Denver, even though it's not ridiculously amazing, I still think there's going to be a lot of passing on the side of the Colts. And Ebron is just one of those guys. He is one of their main receiving options, no matter what. Let me see here. I'm actually curious. Mr. Eric Ebron, how many targets have you had in the last couple weeks? 4, 4, 5, 4, 5. Consistent there. 3 touchdowns in the last what, 5 weeks? Yeah, not bad. Yardage counts not great. What is it, a full PPR? Yeah, look, the thing about Cameron Brate is that when Cameron Brate does this, when he comes in, and this will probably be Cameron Brate's stat line, right? He'll come in, he'll catch one ball for a touchdown, 8 yards, and that'll be his week. So 7.8 points, or are we looking for? No, I think they're pretty much the same value. They're probably the same value. I think Brate has the easier matchup. I just rather play Ebron. I don't know what it is. I just rather play Ebron, but I don't mind playing Brate whatsoever. I think, yeah, as of right now, I'm just a little concerned about it. I know he's been playing the last couple weeks, and he's probably been playing better than OJ Howard, but still, I'd rather play Ebron as of right now. Okay, let's get rid of that, and that. Can we get rid of it? Thank you. All right, let's see here. Where are we at? How many points do the Chiefs give to opposing running backs on a weekly basis? Let's see here, shall we? The Chiefs, where are you? Where art thou, Chiefs? No running back. All teams, Chiefs. The 9th most points, but how many points? I mean, how many touchdowns have they given up? Not too many people rush for touchdowns on them. Carlos Hyde, Royce Freeman, marking number 3. Yikes. It's all yard totals, though. 100, 400 yard rushers against them. That's actually pretty ridiculous. Is Herndon still a stash? Because I have Herndon, Ebron. No, I don't think Herndon's a stash. I'd rather just keep Ebron and Andrews going forward, Bigsby. He's still injured with that hamstring injury that he's been dealing with. Thanks for the info, man. You're the best. Thank you. Catch you next time. All right, see you soon. Let's see. Woof. Let's do that. Okay, if anybody's got any other questions, we got like, 9 minutes. I'll be here talking it up, and then I got to record a video. I haven't even finished doing all the research on it, but I got to clamp down on that and finish it. Talk about a couple running backs in detail, etc. That kind of jazz. The fun stuff. What else are we looking for? That's perfectly fine. Actually, I have to highlight a couple of things on this page. So, what are you guys doing on today? I know a lot of you are probably watching some college football. A couple of you going out. So, what's the dealio? Anybody doing anything special today? Anything notably worth mentioning? Anybody going to buy a new car or something? Get a new tattoo? Anything of that extent? Or are we all just living it out slowly and rotting away? What is that? That's not okay. Alright, whatever. Okay, let's see here. That's fine. Where are the Dolphins in terms of giving up points to running backs? Let me see here. I think they're number 2, right? Yeah. 139 yards per game on average. It's ridiculous. Free agent list for wide receivers are Samuel, Demaryius Thomas, D. Johnson. Which one's that? And Preston Williams. I probably pick up Preston Williams. Oh, if you're going to drop Sterling Shepard, is Preston Williams worth a pickup? Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Preston Williams at least has been consistent. Yeah, I don't mind the Preston Williams pickup there. Wait, okay, what kind of concert is this? Hollywood Bowl? What the heck am I getting? Am I getting spam texted? Holy shit. I live in Hawaii, so probably hit the beach. Dude, that'd be awesome. God, dude. Living in Hawaii, huh? Dude, I mean, it's probably normal for you, but I live in California. It's practically Hawaii. Just not so much. Just 3 hours of traffic. That's the only difference, I suppose. Let's see here. I have Eckler and Gordon. I traded away Gordon for Tyreek Hill. Did I screw up? No, you didn't screw up. I actually like that a lot. I think we talked about it last week. If you could trade, I think maybe on Monday. I think maybe it was you or somebody else. Yeah, I'm 100% good with playing or trading. Excuse me, Melvin Gordon for Tyreek Hill. It's actually really a good play there. Let's see here. Okay, let me see this band that you put. What is this? Morrissey with Interpol? What the heck is that? Am I just out of the loop? What is this? I'm actually kind of curious. I mean, maybe I'm just too young for this. Yep, I'm definitely a little too young for this, probably. This guy started making music in, what, the 1980s? Oh, God. What's their most popular song? That's the biggest question at this point. My running backs are Carson, Kamara, Coleman. Do I look at the rest of the season? Should I be looking to improve my backs? I don't think you need to improve them substantially. I mean, you do have your number 1 and number 2 for rest of the season. You have Carson and Kamara that should be good going forward. Yeah, look, here's the thing about Carson's rest of season schedule. The only concern I have as of right now with that is that I know for a fact he's going to touch the ball a bunch, and I know for a fact that the offense and the Seahawks are going to be just fine. Their offensive line is good enough. I'm not really concerned about the rest of the season schedule. I think it'll be perfectly fine. I'm not really concerned about it too much. Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. You don't have to worry about it. Let's see here. Like, I have Carson in so many leagues. Like, at this point, like, what's the point of moving him? Like, he's been pretty consistent. I know he had an week this past week in which he really wasn't producing a lot. But, again, he ran the ball 21 times. Like, if I'm not mistaken, let me go find it. Okay, so thus far this season has ran the ball 15, 15, 15, 22, 27, 24, 21. I mean, he's moving. Like, he's actually playing real. I mean, even though he didn't surpass 100 yards this past week against Baltimore, playing against the Atlanta Falcons this week, it's going to be juicy. Tampa Bay's been pretty decent against the run. Still not worried about that. San Francisco's been good against the run. Not worried about that too much. Philadelphia, I understand. That's a good defense. Not really worried. Minnesota, not really worried. Like, he's going to get the ball 20-plus times. That's all I can ask. If you want to upgrade him, try to get Leonard Fournette. That's all I can say. And even then, like, is it that much of an upgrade? Not really. I think Leonard Fournette just catches the ball more. So if you're in a PPR, it kind of helps a little bit. But Leonard Fournette doesn't score very many touchdowns either. So that's always the biggest risk. Interesting. All right, guys. Well, I got like 2 minutes until, what is it? 2 minutes till 2 o'clock. Let me know if you have any other questions, comments, concerns. I'm going to be redoing my rankings, uploading them later tonight, probably like at 1 a.m., so probably tomorrow. just so everything's up to date and all that kind of jazz. But yeah, should be good to go. Okay, let's see this. Should I pick up the Jets defense playing against Miami next week? If you have a roster spot that's available, I think that's a good idea. Because if I'm not mistaken, the Jets' upcoming schedule is actually pretty good. And considering Case Keenum went out with a concussion, let me see here. Jets schedule. So in the next couple of weeks, right? So next week they play against Miami, then the Giants, wait, they don't play Miami? Oh, they play Miami all the way down the road. Yeah, I don't mind picking them up and playing them against Miami though. I don't think the Jets defense is substantially gonna be that. I don't think they're gonna be that good, but again, I don't think they'll be that bad. I think they'll be a serviceable defense. I think they'll get you a good 8 points, which is a lot better than some of these other defenses. But yeah, I don't mind that at all. You're just hoping for the score. You're hoping for like a pick six, which is always possible. Let's see. Who plays in week 9? Like, let me look at defenses in week 9. Like 49ers versus Cardinals is disgusting. Like, I want that matchup. In terms of defense, it seems a little too good. The Jets versus the Dolphins, that's not bad at all. I don't mind the Panthers versus the Titans. I want the Bills versus the Redskins because they're going to get after the rookie quarterback. Let's see, what else is there that's pretty good defensively? The Packers versus the Chargers, not bad. Cowboys versus the Giants, not bad. Yeah, those aren't bad matchups overall. But yeah, I don't mind picking up the Jets defense, especially against Miami. Drop Herndon for Drake. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Bigsby. I like that actually. Anytime you can get a running back, especially with the trade talks that they might be shipping him to wherever he might end up landing. I heard they might trade him to the Titans. Like, why would the hell would the Titans want to do with that? I think they want to because I don't know if you guys are aware, Kenyon Drake was an Alabama running back, and he played with Derrick Henry. So maybe they're trying to in Tennessee over there, they're trying to put together an Alabama Crimson Tide backfield. But yeah, maybe they should go trade for the first overall draft pick and go get Tua. Just make an entire Alabama backfield. Forget about it. Just run it. All right, let's see. What else is there? All right, cool. All right, guys. It's 2 o'clock. If you have any other questions, I'll wait another 30 seconds. But other than that, I'm ready to go. Get this jazz recorded, uploaded, do the rankings, etc. Make sure everything's looking good in that kind of direction. But again, thank you, everybody, for coming out. Thank you for supporting the channel on Patreon. You guys are really the most important part of this community, and I do appreciate you guys a lot. So let's see, what are we doing? We're moving on. I have to actually go check a couple of the Patreon teams here, because there are a couple waivers that went through for me that I gotta adjust, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. We talked about it, Gordon Tyreek trade. After I did it, I keep reading articles how this week is his bust week, and how he gets Lyman's back is making me nervous. Yeah, I don't think it should make you too nervous though. Thanks again. Look up Interpol. They came up in 2002. Peace, bro. In 2002, I was 7 years old, by the way, just for reference. Let me look up Interpol. I'll look them up, dude. Let's see, what's their most popular? I mean, there's no way in hell I haven't heard these guys. It's just a question of whether or not anything pops out. All right, guys. Anyway, thank you. I will see you guys later. Probably. Well, I'm doing my live stream tomorrow morning for regular YouTubes, but then I'll talk to you guys typically on Monday for the Monday Patreon live stream. Thank you guys, and until next time, I'll see you guys. Peace.